Hi guys, Andy Mack here. Just give a quick bench update what I've been doing. These are Lancashire Games French artillery 6-pounders, which I'm going to 15mm. I'm going to be painting up. Just put the base colours on, a bit of a sloppy. Put the colours on, and I'll be tidying them up the next during the course of next week and getting them looking good. I've got the artillery, more artillery stuff to put together as well. Although I have got a lot of odds and sods from previous times. These are Austrian dragoons, Napoleonic dragoons from the Austrians. These are Old Glory figures, quite nice. Just want to get a bit more light on there. Quite nice figures. Details reasonable, but it's detailed where it matters, so it should pop out. But equally, not spending too long with minor details that perhaps are unnecessary at this scale. So nice figure from Old Glory there, Austrian dragoons. Over the back, we've got Lancashire Games. French and greatcoats, which I'm just put the base colours on really, and I'll be starting to highlight and bring them up in the fullness of the next week as well. But yeah, French and greatcoats. It also comes with commands, so that's quite nice. I think the command figures are excellent. So when I've done a bit more on them, I'll demonstrate and bring them up and why I think they're so good. Also, books. I've got a couple of books here I'd recommend. This is John Speed. The Counties of Britain, which is published in association with the British Library, under £10. Absolutely great, lovely book for any interest in history, including Wargames. A great source material. It's got a little bit of a blurb on each county. They were compiled at the time of the Union. A lot of the maps are copied from other map makers at the time. There isn't as much information on Scotland, interestingly, because I don't think the Union came as a bit of a surprise, and it sort of rushed into publication. So a few corners were cut in Scotland. I'll give you a very quick look. I don't want to over egg it, because I say it's beautiful artwork, and no doubt this is just obviously to try and promote the book in the interests of people going out and buying it. So please accept my apologies for overexposing the artwork. But yeah, it's a lovely book. It's got little maps on each county. It goes into the counties. Lovely artwork and telling you all the different towns. And then each county town has a map, which I think is excellent for information about. If you're doing any wargaming scenario and you want a little bit of added spice, or role playing, or even just having an understanding of how big towns were at the time, or any archaeological interests that people might have. Each county map has got a little town on it. Interestingly, and each county has also got quite a lot of blurb on what's going on, what was the nature of the social economic situation, what was the main industries of the area, and things like roads and that kind of stuff, infrastructure. Interestingly, in Ireland, it's got quite a lot of reference, or in the map, it has. I won't go into it and find it now because it'll take me a while to find. But the map has a number of forts on there, which you can see on the map for star forts. So it shows that Ireland's turbulent times, even in 1602, which, if you know, is before obviously Oliver Cromwell's involvement there. So that's a map there of Harlech. So it shows the castle. Lovely artwork. So this is under £10 from UK Amazon. Brilliant map. Lots of information about the people and places of each area. Here's Scotland. Scotland's just got a main map of the various counties. It's not individualised, but it's got some sort of generalised terms about the people. And Ireland's, a little bit more detail about Ireland. And if I can show any of the star forts, it would be good to see. Maybe not. Nearly, not quite. So yeah, but they are. I can assure you they are there, and it's a great source. So yeah, it tells you all different things. Great for adding a little bit of spice to any war game, the knowledge that you have. The second book is so that's John Speed, Counties of Britain, published in association with the British Library. Introduced by Nigel Nicholson. So that's about under £10. Usually you can get them for about £3, £3 or £4 on Amazon if you look carefully. The other book is Wilf Emberton, the late Wilf Emberton, English Civil War Day by Day. This is a diarised account of the English Civil War. So you have what's happening to various parts of the players in the English Civil War on what day. So 1st of July, Sir William Waller and Heselrigg send an urgent request to feigns to spare the more garrison regiments, asking, "What good will these regiments do Bristol if we perish?" So that's the kind of information you get. It also tells you about the army's movements and how long they cover particular ground, which I think is very interesting. And also it gives you good strategic understanding of what the pressures were on the various armies and sides at the time. There's also lovely little local details of little fights and circumstances at a local level, which I think is great if you're doing a war game scenario. Another interesting thing is how much ground they actually covered, what the army's moving from place to place, telling you how many days it took, and also the various precious stores and supplies that the concerns that they had. It does go into a bit more detail with so it's a little tiny summary, it's paragraph summary. Each battle has a little splurge. It's not very many pictures. I'm told it has a slight royalist bias. That Will Pemberton was quite a royalist. He interestingly was quite active within the Sealed Knot, the reenactors, and sort of pioneered a bit with the reenactment in the UK. And I think some of his family are still very involved in the research at Basing House in Hampshire, and also reenactment also. So each battle gets a little bit more blurred, but it's just little snippets. The king marches out from Shrewsbury, advances on London, and stays overnight at Bridgnorth, where the church bells ring and the citizens turn out to cheer. So lovely little scenarios there, perhaps to pad out any war game that you might have. So English Civil War Day by Day. This is about £3 on UK Amazon. So worth looking at if you are interested in this sort of thing. As I say, £3 not bad at all. Both books under £20 you'll get from Amazon. So there we are. Okay, thanks for your time, guys. Annie Mac out.